couple of observations on 3D Studio here. Um, One thing is, if you got something selected, okay, um, like a bunch of points, it won't, let you out of that edit mode until you hit that, and then you can select something else. Um, but apparently the undo key won't. Oh, there it goes. Jesus. But anyway, that's one thing that I found interesting. The other thing I found interesting is these ribbon bars are context sensitive, as it turns out. I mean, you got these defaults up here, which I don't know what they do by default, but so if you don't have anything selected, there's almost nothing here. But when I select it, like this, which this is an editable polygon. This is an editable mesh, by the way. I was checking out the difference between the two, and I'm not sure what the difference is, but this editable poly, if I go into an edit mode, you can see the whole context menu up here changes, and all these boxes become active. It's pretty impressive what this does up there. It looks like a lot of these are mimicking things in this panel, but it's arranged differently. But anyway, just like to get out of it, you gotta hit that, and then you can select other things. It's actually good that it locks it. But if I do the same thing in poly, it remember my last selection set. That's interesting. But this is an editable mesh anyway. If I do the same thing, there's hardly anything up here. It doesn't really change at all. So, like I said, I think that's why that one guy said that he preferred the editable poly, because there are more tools and better tools available. And there might be, because the mesh, yeah, I mean, this ribbon bar doesn't do shit. Whereas, like I said, I don't think it does shit, in any of these. Yeah, I mean, it really doesn't. You don't see that light up at all. So, again, just click that twice, and I can go over to here. Over here, this whole thing goes nuts. So you can see in all these different modes, what these bars do. And like I said, most of this section seems to be common to all these. That seems to be common to all these different editing modes. Now let's see if this changes. Okay, it looked like it changed a bit. Something's changing there. So this seems context sensitive. Here, these other three seem to more or less apply to all editing modes here. So anyway, but yeah, to use soft selection too, by the way, if you wanted to do that, that's how I actually deformed this. But you can go pick apart, if you hit that use soft selection, and I guess you can control the intensity of it and so forth. But you can grow the soft selection and shrink it, just like that, so you can do deforms on it, just like I did there. So anyway, just thought I'd give you that little tour of just things I've noticed just dicking around with this, without going through much in the way of tutors yet.